Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Just 2019 World Indoor Bowls Championships, live here at Potter's Leisure Resort. And what a final we have coming up for you this afternoon in the Ladies Match Play Championships. Julie Forrest versus Alison Merrien MBE. And we caught up with our finalists just after their semi-finals yesterday, and this is what they had to say.
Getting to this point has been a long journey for me. I've never made a final in the ladies singles and I've been coming here for years. This is the first time I've ever managed to get to the final. I feel I'm one of the unlucky players here because you play well and you don't win your game, but it's all about just winning your game. Doesn't matter how we play, it's just winning your game. When I ditched the white for a 3 in the third end it was in the second set, I think that was the turning point a little bit for me. It gave me more confidence, because I was 4-3 up on her at the time, and I just thought if I just keep it tight all the way through now, we've got a chance to win the second set and anything can happen after that. Right, well, what I need to do now is go upstairs, find a set of bowls that I can play with because I'm changing colour, unfortunately, but never mind, that's the way it goes, and you just have to dig deep and try and find a set that's working for you again. If I win the final, that is what I would say the pinnacle of my career, because this is the last thing in ladies indoor bowls that I can win. I've won everything else that you can win. This is the only thing I've never won. Really looking forward to it.
I'm feeling fantastic. It's a wonderful feeling, and just trying to take it all in, really. Felt it was probably my best game since I've been here, and yeah, enjoyed it. The journey is obviously, it takes a while. I came in as a ranked lady, so obviously you've got to go to the events to get your points to get the ranking. So I squeezed into number 3 this year, which was, you know, just about squeezed in, which was great. I'd actually already qualified as the WRBC champion, but put me into the rankings gets me the 2 events. Obviously you want to play more games on this carpet as you can. And obviously, you know, playing somebody from New Zealand, you just don't know what they're like, so you've got to go out and play your game. It probably wasn't my best game, but I certainly had to play, you know, to get past her. And then Ellen obviously is you know, she's a class player, so I had to be on form to beat her tonight. Played Julie a few times. We've always had a good game. Yeah, it's all on the day really. Just looking forward to it. Obviously coming here, this is almost the pinnacle of World Championship, so to come here and actually win would be absolutely brilliant. But just getting the final is amazing anyway. So I'm actually happy where I am right now. Played a good game. If I can play like that tomorrow, then hopefully we'll give some entertainment to the crowd. Oh, well, my parents are here, so obviously they're supporting me. My husband's back home, so but yeah, just the whole of Guernsey's behind me, so it's great.
Well, it was lovely to hear from the 2 players this afternoon. Of course, we have more games coming up for you after the final. At 3 o'clock, we have Nick Brett versus Alex Marshall MBE. Then tonight's game, 7:30, Andy Thompson MBE versus Greg Harlow. So we've got some fantastic games coming up for you. The match officials for this final, well, umpire is Mike Davis, the honour of marking it is Dan Blewett, and on shot clock is umpire himself, Alan Thornhill. Well, 2 great ambassadors for the ladies' game of bowls. Julie Forrest, 7 times Scottish indoor champion. Alison Merrien, MBE for services to bowls. They've both won everything in the game. Alison has won this previously. She's been in 4 finals, lost 3, won 1. This is Julie Forrest's first final. They've both been playing superbly well. Julie Forrest beat Catherine Rednall, the defending champion, in the semi-finals, and Alison Merrien, MBE, beat Ellen Faulkner. So, who wins? Let's see this afternoon how things go. Please enjoy your game. We're live with you for every bowl played here at the World Bowls Tour events. So, your final of the Indoor Bowls Ladies Match Play Championships here at the Just 2019 World Professional Championships. I'll hand over now live to the green side and BBC coverage, and to Richard to introduce your players. Please enjoy your game.
Thank you very much, Rishi. Well, the atmosphere is absolutely electric here in the International Arena, as always, at Potter's Resort. All waiting with bated breath which lady will lift that coveted trophy. We are about to find out. And after taking out the defending champion, Catherine Rednall, in the semis, this very popular lady from Scotland is absolutely delighted to be appearing in her first WBT Ladies Singles Final. Can she go all the way and claim this most coveted title for the first time in her career? Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning Scottish indoor singles champion, give it up for Julie Forrest. And Julie faces 4 times a finalist in this event. Can she recreate the magic she had in this final 8 years ago? Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011 Ladies World Singles Champion, give it up for Alison Merrien, MBE.
Two players not afraid to say how much today means. Best of luck to both of them. And don't forget to contact the team via Twitter using the hashtag AskCorky. Waiting for us in the commentary box, Sean Honor and David Corkill.
Thank you, Rishi. Two very experienced players here, no doubt about it. They've been around the game for over 20 years, and we expect this to be an excellent final. And whilst Julie Forrest says this is the one that she wants to put on the CV, she's already won multiple world titles,
26
including the world singles in a different type of competition. But this is one coming through the PBA, Professional Boards Association. She hasn't really hit top form at this venue in any of the previous years, so looking a lot better this time and getting a lot more consistent. Wants to finish the job off.
It's not a bad start.
Settling the nerves. And Alison Merrien, well, multiple British Isles champion, so many things on her CV, it's hard to go through them all. And of course, a previous winner of this title. Very aggressive player, very good at the strike shot. Julie very recently won her 7th national singles. And that's ongoing in Scotland.
That's a phenomenal achievement with the strength of the Scottish ladies. I can't argue with that as a record.
Absolutely. You know, when you look down the CVs of both these players, it's very, very comprehensive, a massive contribution they've made to the sport.
Two red.
It's not a bad ball when you're playing against Alison Merrien. You know that she's got this powerful drive if she decides to use it.
Very close to picking up the jack here.
Needs an edge. Oh, there's the edge. Didn't that work out quite nicely?
Yep, nice little
One
touch.
green.
Pick up the jack, sit down, 1 shot green.
1.5 inches past jack eye.
In many ways, though, if she'd have missed the touch, it would have been even better for her. She was getting the shot and it was hidden.
Yeah, pull it round the corner was what she was going for.
This is a hard shot that Julie's trying, just around to arrive with a little bit of weight.
Very close.
Needs to take it absolutely clean and stay with
That's
it.
an effort.
Oh,
Great effort.
the bounce off the green ball. Super shot.
She played perfect weight down there to just pull that jack through enough. Looked like it was going to go to the green, but little touch and she sneaks just in front of the jack again.
Back position against her.
Time out called.
Hits her own
Alison
ball
has
in the
5
forehand. I have
timeouts
a feeling the jack will move. That'll cost her another shot. So
Julie's is a toucher as well, so that's going with it. Ideal contact is just the outside of her green bowl. She will get jack movement, but her green bowl might follow through enough. It'll be more controlled than flat out.
we'll know by the way she plays it. Yeah, just trying to play the draw on the backhand. The ball's obviously going onto the jack then. You can see the angles better. Trying to make that little gap on the way through, but almost impossible.
That was a very,
One shot,
very
Julie
hard shot to
Forrest.
play. Talking to Julie earlier, she was saying that her aim was just to go
First
one
aim,
better than she has
1-0.
done before here. So to reach the final for her, that's a huge thing. And hopefully she was hoping she could just sort of relax and enjoy it a little bit as well. Now she'd done the work to get to the final.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
Minimum distance 23 metres, maximum 29.5, and 2 11-end sets in the final, 3-end tie break. So 25 ends potentially to separate the two players, and that's a decent length of time.
She's corrected nicely here. Just a touch. Very nice.
Two red.
Oh, Julie's keen on this one. For good reason. Just needs to stop.
Three red.
No, that's pretty good. Not making a bigger target.
Yes, everything nicely in a line. Alison has to get very good weight to get second. It's dropping down the rink a bit. Sure it's holding on to third shot.
Three red.
She would have been hoping there, Alison, just to get a good second and give herself a chance with her last bowl. Now she's sort of committed to drawing, I think.
Absolutely, and the only thing for Julie here now, she's on the forehand, is to make sure that she covers those bowls just in case Alison decides to go. And that's always a query, really. Do you pop another one in to put Alison under more pressure, or do you cover the back?
I think I'd be drawing for second bowl here. I think one go at it, it's not a huge target. Yes, she can turn the shot bowl for the jack, but...
Oh, she's on the forehand. She must be trying to just draw a second shot.
Cracking effort here.
Very close to the number one.
Great effort.
Well, second is good. You want multiples against you early in the competition.
One shot, Julie Forrest. Set score 2-0 after 2 ends. Jack length 26 metres.
Scott Edwards and Les Gillett having a good chat. Enjoying each other's company in this event.
He's probably not talking about the bowls.
Well, Scott's probably trying to tell Les how to play poker.
She's really got a good first bowl on the three opening ends, Julie. She's really putting the pressure on Alison, and that's something that we didn't see from her in the semi-final yesterday until the second set against Catherine.
Yes, first set was a bit wayward. Oh, it's a very good reply. And both players are playing in terms of very, very strong bias bowls.
Great bowling from Alison, just looking
One
through
red.
the gap, but another really good bowl, good receiving position.
Julie's always had that little push delivery. She bumps the bowl, but it doesn't matter about that. It's the end result that counts. And the end result has been incredibly successful for her over the years.
Big chance for Alison Merrien here to tidy that jack round the corner. Make it very tricky for Julie to get in.
That's on the red one. There's another one in position. It's very hard for Julie to get to those. Maybe just as well to try and just draw another shot. Get in the way. If she filters through, well, that's great.
I think I'd be inclined to play down the backhand, try and change the shape of the head. If she slips past her own, she's covering. If she turns it, it's a better position.
Yeah, that's what she tried the last time on the backhand. And just filtered around the back.
It's close. She's closer this time.
Wants to hurry a little bit. Well, that's not bad. Oh, came across.
Just slightly too far.
6 inches too far. That gives Alison a shoulder
Yeah,
to come off.
She's framed it nicely now, unfortunately, for her.
Opportunity to use that and come off at the right angle. It needs a really good ball, but the reward is 4. Oh, she's not using the shoulder, she's outside it. Yep. Weight was good, just missed the line.
One shot, Julie Forrest. Set score 3-0 after 3 ends.
Parents all sitting together. And Chloe Watson, just the under-25s champion there, just arrived in to defend her title. Glasses on.
That could make for some awkward conversation between the parents later on.
Jack length
Couldn't it?
26 metres.
They all get on well. It's fine.
They've known each other a long time.
Exactly. And not only that, but these two players, whilst only playing against each other once in this competition, played against each other a lot over the years in British Isles and various other events. Both of them have won the British Isles ladies multiple times. It's a very, very hard. Even winning one British Isles is tough. But when you've won it a number of times, it's a great achievement.
Yeah, because there are a considerable amount of rounds to get through to win in your own, your national title. To then go on and play the best of the best in the UK is not easy.
A little bit of a disturbance as someone's phone is just playing us a very pleasant but not really required tune. Alison beat Julie back in 2011, the semi-final, and it was 2-0, 8-3, 9-1, so it was very comfortable.
And that was the year Alison went on to win the title.
Absolutely.
Really just slipping in nice around Alison's.
One red.
Eleven sets, plenty of time to get into the match. You're not quite finding it, just get your opponent down to one shot each time. This is better. Just needs to stop for second. Oh wow, that really did run on at the end.
2 red.
That surprised me. Dropped off the edge. It stayed up, it was good enough for another one. Might still be.
Close for third.
Again, all Alison's really got here is the draw, I think. She just needs to be making sure she's cutting down these counts. She didn't like it.
Didn't look too happy with the lines good enough. It must be pushed through it a little bit. Yeah, she knew out of the hand it wasn't right. And this one, wow, that's a costly miss. Too definite. Measure for the third. As Dan Blewett confirmed to us a moment ago.
Umpire. Keep us winning out. I'll give that one in as well. 2 red, measure for third.
Umpire, Mike Davies.
Two shots, Julie Forrest.
Good start for Julie Forrest. Alison Merrien just hasn't found her consistency yet.
Sticking to the draw just to find
Set
her way.
score,
Julie settled a
5-0
lot
out of
quicker.
4.
She'll be very happy with how she started off. That's all you want to do, is settle down and be comfortable with the weight.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
I think that's the loosest first ball she's played.
Alison taking full advantage of it here.
Your bowl.
Stuart Anderson
4 feet.
watching up, as we call it, up in the green seats, because up there quite often you see the players are away from the main crowd. They have to stand up to get a really good view of things, but it's a good place to be.
Yeah, good vantage point there. Just having a little look at what's going on. Give Julie some support.
One green.
Well, another chance for Julie to reach this green ball, rest it off, turn the jack round the corner if she can. Bit of work to do for it to come back from that height. Because that weight's perfect. That's exactly what she needs. That certainly wasn't what she was playing, to go deep like that. But having said that, Julie Forrest still needs to reach this.
Yeah, second prize. I mean, really, she wanted to add another and take the opportunity for Julie to just pop the green bowl out.
Yep. She's narrowed it, and the problem with when you just bring it in a bowl or two too much, it just hooks away. Didn't have the extra weight that time.
No, she didn't play that with a lot of conviction. She could have pushed the bowl through. Jack was very good. Missed chance there, Alison.
Absolutely.
That
One
was
shot,
a
Alison
golden
Merrien.
opportunity to pick up a 2 and put herself in the first set so far.
Missed 2
Set
chances.
score 5-1 after 5 ends.
Should have been a multiple count. As it is 5-1. She's on the card. 6 ends to go. Big crowd here at Potter's Resort. As always is the case for these championships. It's always packed. Quite often people are booked in from the previous year.
Jack length 28 metres.
I know one group that was trying to get in this week and they've been put on a reserve list. So it's very popular.
For next year.
For next year, absolutely. There's no guarantees.
That just shows how popular it is. Alison's just scratching around a little bit with the pace when she changed her hand there and similar position. Just giving Julie an opportunity to just keep plodding, keep drawing away.
Yes, when you get in to the head and get close, you're asking your opponent to play some difficult shots if they're not drawing well. And this portable rink's renowned for being a good rink. Well, we're going to see a bit of power with this one.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I think great strike. Up the rink it goes.
She's so good at that shot. She really is. Hit a drive like that yesterday, and to be honest with you, I didn't even think it was possible to get the 3 balls out.
She goes with so much weight that it just, obviously the heads can be obliterated, which is more unusual in the women's game, that amount of weight.
Yeah.
Brings.
Very few people would play with that power in the UK.
But of course it allows you to be so much more, you know, you can go straight down the middle, and that's a bonus in those sort of situations.
Absolutely. They're just checking on the string if this jack is within the confines of the rink. Now you can pull that out from the side ditch and then bring it down. Let's see if it cuts through. Oh, it'll set square there. Goes on the re-spot position. It's always a bit difficult with the camera angle, just never really tells the full story whenever the jack bounces that short.
preferable for Alison, because obviously it means that her 2 shots are closer than they would have been if it had been on the rink.
Yep, good result, good hit. Now Julie has to push this out very wide, try and hold it as long as possible on the line before the bias takes effect. It's looking good. Played that well.
Yeah.
One red.
Alison playing the bowl, or just a draw, trying to get.
Yes, I think she's just looking for a close one, because even taking the ball out, you know, Julie has another one.
Yeah, there's so much room for Julie. She just got
2 bites at it. Drawn it.
great bowl there from Alison.
Played it well. It's an option now for Julie if she wants to play it heavy.
One green.
Doesn't have to play too fast at it, can play controlled weight, but there is a green ball in the ditch, which is a toucher. And that might just affect what shot she plays. A little bit extra weight on her last, she'll be very close.
I think she'll just be drawing this. Just trying to improve on her last bowl. 6 inches more.
Well, she's certainly not too wide.
Is she here?
No.
Same bowl.
Yeah, I thought you would have powered through it just with another 4 or 5 feet.
Well, good strike from Alison, good
One
result.
shot, Alison Merrien.
And picks up the end.
Set score 5-2 after 6 ends.
Well, the mat's been brought up a couple of meters.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
So medium length.
Great bowling from Alison here.
Signs
Really
of
good.
finding the range.
Two green.
Well, this is building up now. Opportunity for Alison to add another. There's a delivery. Judy Potter just in the background there with John Potter. Judy in her usual seat, resplendent in baby pink. Different colour jacket every day.
Indeed.
Two green.
And she always looks so glam, doesn't she?
Judy always looks well.
Ideal there for Alison would have been to cover and count, just sitting in front of Julie's red back bowl. Just dropping short.
Oh, this is a struggle for Julie this end.
That was quite half-hearted.
This is not good.
Shaking her head. She's two down here. Another chance for Alison to draw a third.
Better if she rested the red ball, but she's slipping through. Well, if it falls back, it's good enough.
That's a good bowl.
It looks like it could be three in
Three
this.
green.
Yep, three it is. Pressure's on with this one. This lead's going to get wiped out. Nothing on but a draw.
Well, yeah. Trouble is her short bowls. Two of them. One on just look in the way. She's got to be drawing, trying to cut that down. There's plenty of room for her to draw there.
Yes, because she struggled though, she might be tempted to cross onto the forehand. The only difficulty with that is that quite often you drop short when you move on to the forehands.
She'll be able to see the green bowl from the mat on the forehand, just to slip inside of it and sit it down. She's made weight.
Well, this is a hard shot. Played it well.
Very good.
Wow. We didn't see that. I didn't think there was a gap there between that and the front ball.
It looked very messy from the front.
Oh, that was a fantastic delivery. Got the shot, took all three out. What a ball. That didn't, I thought that gap was much tighter.
Just coming underneath perfectly now. Oh. Wing green bowl, out they all go.
Well, we've talked about Alison Merrien and her ability to play the heavy shot. Julie Forrest has a decent drive on her.
Well, that was a very controlled weight. She played that perfectly. That's a hard shot on here.
Very difficult shot. That was a brilliant delivery. Oh, it's well in for the red. Great turnaround. 3 down to 1 up. 4-shot turnover.
One shot, Julie Forrest.
Well, that really was impressive. Shot of the match so far.
Great bowl, because a 3 at that stage from Alison would have put her right back into the set. Now Julie's opened up her lead to 4. She'll be very happy with that.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Great start here from Julie, just sitting behind the jack. Really good opening bowl.
Oh, that's great stuff, isn't
Great
it?
bowling, great bowling, great opening bowl, great reply.
One green.
Well, when they play that fast-paced bowl, smash it all open to ever split or chip. Well, we'll say the bowls, but the answer is yes, they do. And all the good players have got bowls.
The gap.
In fact, not even any
last
player,
ball,
just
sorry.
doesn't matter who they
2 feet
are.
short of jack high.
Have got bowls that have been hit and little chips out of them here and there. It's sometimes they even break open. Very rare on a bowl, I have to say, very, very rare. But they certainly get chipped all the time.
Like little war wounds.
Yes, yes, they are. But when the bowls after a number of years go back to get re-stamped and checked, and quite often they get a bit of a polish and a refurbish at the same time. Of course, you can ask for a refurbish on a set of bowls. They come back like brand new.
And the jacks get obviously chipped and can split more commonly.
Yeah. Jacks are different.
Julie just slipping behind a couple of feet over pace. Very close to sitting on Julie's bowl. Again, same position.
So it looks a perfect line. Has she got the running? Oh, it's a good effort. Very, very good effort.
One green.
Just needed to stand up, just getting the sit to fall out.
Not easy to draw this.
Alison felt like her third bowl was closer than it was. She looked a bit confused when it drifted through.
Oh, well, this is
Better
close.
here.
She's played
Very good here.
Gently, gently on the jack. Oh, God, blimey, that can happen. So easy in the indoor game for that to happen.
One shot, Julie Forrest.
So instead of scoring 2, she lost a shot.
Very unfortunate just to get the touch. Here she comes. Sits on the red bowl, exactly what she wants, but
Set
Jack
score,
springs
7-2
forward,
after
1
8
down.
ends.
That's hard, isn't it?
It's always tough when that happens, you know. You could sort of call it about 3 feet away because you could see the way she was arriving at the bowl. Yep, there's the reaction. And those sort of things can really make a difference in a match. You know, 5 down instead of 3 down. And we are getting close to the business end of the set now.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Langham glass trophy, which is very large, very heavy. And 9, key end now. Julie Forrest wins this one, and she's really in the driving seat with 2 ends to go. But Alison Merrien must focus on scoring at least 1.
Just wonder if that last end will prove to be the turning point, because from 6-4 down to 7-2 down is a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. You know, if she'd have picked up even just 1. 3 behind would have been good, but to be 5 behind with 2 ends to go because the finals are over 11 ends.
Great stuff from Julie.
2 red.
All about weight. The line's perfect. Just getting there. So important to make that
1
shot.
green.
You see the shot clock going down from 30 seconds. When it comes to 0, it's quite a loud noise, but and just occasionally players fall foul of it, but very rarely now. They're well used to it.
Slightly overplayed it there. Alison will be looking to add another.
Just anything past her own ball would be great. Pushed too much. That was the target ball she was after, the one closest to that, the red one.
1 shot, Alison Merrien.
Well, Alison had to get the shot. That's exactly what she's managed to do.
Set
4 behind with
7-3
2
after
ends
9
to go in this first set. For the Ladies World Match Play Singles. It's a match play. It's a title's been given to it. It's a very limited field, but a quality field. There are many talented
meters.
women players around the UK and the world. It would be great to see the likes of Joe Edwards and Val Smith, people like that. Karen Murphy from Australia coming back. Edwards and Smith, of course, from New Zealand, but they're world-class players. It'd be great to see them up here playing.
– 14 inches from Jack High.
Just gone off a bit with that first ball.
She's been very strong with her first bowl, Julian. Alison's been a lot better the last couple of ends of her first 2 bowls as well. Some tight heads between them.
Absolutely.
Better here. There aren't a lot of women that play in the PBA on the whole.
Not through qualifying systems, no. It's
because of course the men's, what people think is the men's singles, it's not at all. It's an open singles, and
absolutely
there aren't enough women that enter the PBAs in order to have a shout at qualifying.
Yes, we need a lot more. It would be good to see the under 25s in particular going through. It's one of those things where we're in a situation of saying, look, you know, it's open. Go, have a bash at it, see what happens.
And then they get 2 chances because there's a ladies' event as well.
Yes, of course. Absolutely. Be nice to open up the event, I have to say. To maybe 16 rather than 8 players.
I'd love to see
Free
more
green.
players in this.
Good ball by Alison. The pressure's on now with 3 green balls there.
Timeout call.
Julie taking her time, very wise. She might be tempted to have a go at this because the 3 balls might go, or the jack on the backhand. Well, sticking with the draw at the moment.
She'll just be looking to get something close with this bowl, and it might give her the option for a last. She's under the green, she's good.
Needs to hurry though.
Run.
That's not good there.
It was a nothingy bowl, wasn't it?
Yep. The problem with that ball is it's
Free
stopping
green.
the running for the jack absolutely clean.
Yeah, I mean, she could have been drawing up to that because any contact on any of the green and she's getting herself into the head and maybe taking one of them out. As it is, she's still 3 down, and now she's blocked that shot slightly.
Yes, a poor ball and a problematic one for Julie Forrest. Well, the draw's still there, but
That's a good ball from Alison.
depends whether it's 3 or 4. If it's 3, I think I'd run those balls because you could take 2 of them away.
Yeah, the first and second bowl are going to go together if there's any contact made.
By trying to draw them.
Someone put her off.
Heavens, that was a bit of movement up there. Somebody has a slight problem, but Julie's going to take her time. It's just unfortunate.
It's a sensible thing to do. She's just walking down, just regrouping before she gets back on the mat. It's a big bowl for Julie. 3 down.
Yes, the shot clock's been frozen. It's been stopped at 13 seconds. There'll be a timeout anyway. I'm sure Julie will say we've just a slight problem just up in the stand at the moment. When putting the first ball down, is it better to play in front or behind the jack? Interesting one. Depends how close it is. If you go on a back toucher, it can be removed and the jack will stay where it is, or you can crunch the jack against it. But if it's a front toucher and it's hit, then the chances are that the ball will go with the jack in whatever direction that it's sitting. So all depends on the angles, of course, but I always think a front toucher is a really, really good ball because you're guaranteed that your next one has to be behind the jack.
Yeah, I always think a front touch is more off-putting for your opposition. If you're leading, you stand on, and someone's got a front toucher, you're inclined to play weight at it, which isn't the right thing.
Absolutely.
Whereas a back toucher, you keep drawing.
So what's the spray for after the ball is settled? We've got Lancaster University Women's Cricket Club. Wonderful. We love the university questions coming in. All those students watching the balls in the afternoon. Well, the spray chalk indicates a toucher if it's moved to jack, and that means if it goes into the ditch at the back, it stays live. And otherwise, we have to take it away if it doesn't touch the jack and it forms no more part in that particular end. And it's a spray chalk. We used to use little sticks of chalk, but have developed into the spray chalk, which is a lot easier to use because if a ball's at an angle, then you don't have to hold it, you just spray it on. and doesn't fall. So it's very, very useful, the spray chalk. And of course, it's multicolored. So the questions are coming in thick and fast.
Yeah, they're just trying to sort out the disturbance in the audience. So players just been paused while they deal with the problem.
So how far can we move the mat forward, and why would you do it? Well, that's really to guarantee to shorten the jack length. It comes up from the back of the rink where there's a mark at 3 meters all the way up. On the side of the rink there's another mark. Now in the shot you can see now, you just look at that bowl, move your viewing just up a little bit to the P, and just above that there's a little black line. That is the maximum point. And of course you've got the little stickers, which are the little dots, and the dots indicate the shortest possible position.
And you move the mat around for tactical play. You might prefer a short length, that your opposition might be playing a long length, so that's where tactics come into play.
As you
with
can
the
see
mat and jack.
The little dots there, you can bring it all the way up to the front of that, and then the maximum you can roll the jack is 23. If the mat stays back, the maximum is 29.5. So you've got that variation of 6.5 meters at any one point using the mat. Well, like everything else, when there's a
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Play will resume. Thank you.
Break. Everybody gets sorted out now. They'll all settle down now as play resumes, and it's very hard for Julie Forrest when this has happened, because this is a key moment in this match. Very, very difficult for Julie Forrest now, what she's going to do. 3, possibly 4 against, and it's the last ball of the end.
This is a huge, huge bowl for Julie. She's got plenty of time to play it.
Yep, shot clock's not even in operation. But this is difficult now. And she'll do very well to get even close with this one. Oh,
playing up to the bowl. She needs to get back now.
No, it's not going to get back. Yeah, that was always going to be hard, and we're very sympathetic. We really are, and I think the crowd's realising that. We're very sympathetic to that situation, because she's losing a big count here and she could lose the set.
It's really hard to keep your focus when things like that happen. She knows she's got to go to the
shots,
mat and
Alison
play a
Merrien.
big bowl. There's all sorts of things going on in the arena. Really tricky.
Yes, I think if I'd have been Julie there with all the time I had, I might
Set
have
score,
played with
7-7
weight just to
after
try
10
and
ends.
disturb something rather than trying to draw it. Very difficult with just one ball left.
Well, 5 shots in the last 2 ends to Alison, and all of a sudden, last end's looking interesting.
Yes, and to be fair, Julie's been in reasonable control actually for a lot of this set. Alison's played well on occasions, and Julie, of course, had that big drive which took the 3 balls out.
Julie had a big end, but I feel like she's dominated on the whole with her consistency.
Yeah, but it's a bad time to lose 4, and also to try and put it behind her now, which she's going to have to do. Very knowledgeable crowd, of course, and they will appreciate what's happened and the effect it can have on any player at a key moment in a match. Alison's made the adjustment. Just needs to stop.
Very good. Great to play from Julie.
Oh, that's a beauty. Back toucher.
1 inch gap. Your bowl is 4 inches short of jack high.
Well, she could just play through this, and play it like a tie-break end.
Yeah, because she'll be, you know, she's wanting to win the set, so she's looking for a 2. She's not going to settle for drawing if she can help it.
Yeah, but 7-all, so just a single will do. But there's a little bit of weight on that one to try and make a disturbance, and I think if I was Julie now, I'd be
1 red.
going more on the deep side wide.
Your red. It wins the respot, yes.
Well, she's just checking if she wins the respot. That means she has to go deeper. I'd be more inclined to do that. Alison, she's got first and third. For her ball to go out, Alison's going to have to make a fairly big disturbance. Well, go on the other side. Can't see it going over there. You never know. At least it has value.
It's one of those, you get the shot, you just want to protect everything you can, make it cover it, but a yard more would have been nice.
I think, to be truthful with you, Alison's best result in this is to get into her ball here and try and get into the red ball. On the high side,
Alison
get into the
has
red
4
ball,
timeouts
bounce the red ball out and stay. Now the respot position, and this is where the hard bit for her is, the respot position is over here. And there's another one over here. And that front ball's covering. The key ball is this one. That's Julie's key ball.
Unless she's playing with a lot of weight, she doesn't want any jack movement. It needs to be bowl on bowl. It's a difficult shot. She has got the back position, but
I think it has to be ball on ball.
yeah, she's gone big.
Jack. There's the respot. 1 to red. She knew that was going to happen. It had to go ball on the ball. I'm not really sure if she could have made that shot, to be absolutely truthful with you, with that sort of weight. But we'll just get a confirmation.
1 shot in the first set, Julie Forrest.
I think that's a very fair result in many ways in that particular set.
Yeah, I think Julie did dominate that set. That was really unfortunate on the penultimate end, but she was able to hold it together to just pick up on the last end, just to carry it through and take the set. I think it was the right result.
All credit to Alison, though. She was lying the shots and put the pressure on Julie.
Yep.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Julie Forrest, a lady from Hawick in the Borders in Scotland, multiple winner of British Isles titles, 7 Scottish titles, and a number of world indoor singles titles, but not this world match play. Just won the first set, 8-7. A very, very good game it is. Alison Merrien, once again another lady who's won multiple British Isles, 20 national titles in Guernsey. Probably over that actually. I think she's just can't remember some of them. Not that many.
1 red. Your bowl gap is 8 inches.
A bit more life about this one. Not quite.
One red. The last bowl, how short? 16 inches from jack high.
Just hard enough to get around that, but it's going to try.
One red.
Well, the adrenaline flow of the first set's quite often difficult to get back under control. It's not unusual to see a very loose end and a multiple count of shots in favour of one of the players, but they've kept it nice and tight this end.
Julie's added another here.
Well, it's just fading through. Just seems to pick up a little bit of pace when it goes past the jack. So just the one red. I really think Alison should be playing the forehand.
Yeah, I'd be very tempted. I think she could have afforded to go quicker at that onto her
One
bowl.
shot, Julie Forrest.
She'll have the back position.
First 10, 1-0. Jack length 26 metres.
It's a generous crowd out there. Good to see and good encouragement for the players.
Sometimes they can be very harsh. Sometimes they don't clap at all.
Well, that's...
Expect blood sometimes.
Yes, there is a certain expectation. Let's put it that way. Change of hand for Alison, knowing that if she was to get her own bowl or the red one would be good, but didn't push through it, which means that it's going to drop well short.
One red.
Perfect line. And Julie can afford to touch the jack, so stick with the backhand.
Good again here.
Just wants it
Very
to
good.
bend. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, great ball. It feels like she's in command of this. She's playing good stuff.
She is. She's had a couple of bad ends. Lost to 4 for Alison. Had good bowls in that one, but the other one when she was 3 down and took all 3 bowls out, won the measure. Apart from that, it's been very consistent.
Good hit. Just slipping through.
Just almost seems to pick up pace.
It does.
It doesn't.
Red.
It just feels like it does.
It does help tremendously if you win the first set, though.
It's in your-
Psychologically, it's a huge bonus rather than having to chase a game.
Well, it's in the back pocket. You know, at some stage, you might need to take a risk to win the second set, win the match, and you can afford to do it knowing that you've got a tie-break
Yeah, you've got a
available to you.
guaranteed tie break. It's a completely different mindset than you lose the first set. You know you're having to chase it.
She's not sure about this one. Or maybe she is sure. Just she knew it was heavy.
One shot, Julie Forrest. Set score 2-0 after 2 ends.
Not too many seats free there.
They're being treated to a good final. It's a good game of bowls.
Absolutely, and they'll stay for the presentation. Probably take a slight comfort break before the next match.
Which is a tasty
Track
one.
length
Nick
26
Brett,
metres.
Alex Marshall. It's the hardest time slot of the day. Second match in the afternoon.
Yeah, you have a lot of people filtering in and out, don't you? It's a little bit. The temperature obviously changes as well because of that. Less bodies.
And you only get a couple of hands. Practice. Good start, Julie. It's only a foot away. A
And 9 inches
smattering
short of jack
applause.
height.
I think you're right. I think the quality is so good here. The expectation is so high. And that people are quite discerning with their applause. Whereas I'd be pretty happy with that if I bowled a bowl that close.
Yep, absolutely, and Alison will be too because it gives her an option. And again, that one's just 14, 15 inches through. Julie just running down to have a look at this bowl. See what the gaps and the angles are.
One red.
Well, it was a chance, wasn't it, to really put the pressure on by getting one in nice and close. Third opportunity for Alison to beat this ball.
Just gonna drift through. It's a good receiving position for a final bowl. Julie just needs to change the shape of this, add another one, just take the little trail away if she possibly can. She's opting for the backhand.
I can see why she's doing it, but to be truthful with you, it's going to be very hard to get the perfect bowl.
I felt like she should have been drawing on the forehand and just trying to change it slightly.
Needs to stay wide. It's a good cover ball, it really is, but well, Alison, it depends if she's lying 1 or 2 second shots. If it's 2 second shots, then it's worth reaching this ball.
Well, if she gets the shot bowl, she's very likely to get a connection on the Julie's further away. You know, her back 2 red bowls as well. So she could be sitting 3 here.
Yep,
she gets it right.
It's very controlled weight. This is a hard shot to play. Controlled weight.
It's diving.
Yep, that's really. It hurts you, that
One
sort
shot,
of weight.
Julie Forrest.
You know, you go quick, or you try and draw it, but you don't play that 3-4 yards in the forehand. It's just so difficult to play. And
Set score 3-0 after 3 ends.
well, Julie Forrest, 3 singles. The way she started the first set.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
Slightly shorter than what we've been playing, 24.5 metres. Well, all of a sudden you get one of these funny loose ends, isn't it, from Julie Forrest, where she puts one through and then another one short.
Yeah, she hasn't had many scrappy ends. Alison's dropping short as well.
Oh, missed a chance.
Yeah. Still room
Your
for
last
Julie
bowl,
here to draw a
stay at
good
2.5
shot
feet
bowl.
From Jack High.
Yeah, Alison's shaking her head. That was a great chance to bang one close. Put the pressure on. Wow, this looks tight. This looks very narrow.
Interesting line.
Can't see her getting away with it though. No, it always looked on the narrow side. You know, you just.
One green.
I know she didn't have the weight. If she had the weight on that line, there was a chance. But
It's not the line she's been playing down there.
No.
Certainly.
no, and this is a sort of loose end where you can lose a very cheap 3, and that plays on you a little bit. Oh dear. Wow.
It's not good. There's a lot of room there.
Well, there's a lot of room both sides. So Julie will probably stick with the backhand and just push it on the wide side, I would have thought, as we see both sets of parents still working. Alison's mum just knitting away
I wonder
there.
what she's knitting.
Oh, she's been doing it. She always sits there in the corner, watches every ball. The thing about knitting is you actually don't need to look at it. You just... Knitters are so
I
good.
need to look at it.
Well, knitters are so good. They really are.
This is closer from Julie. To get back. Yep. Good
Very
ball.
well.
Good ball.
Really played that
One red.
And it comes here, just nestling behind the jack. Little touch. Perfect.
Have to have a bit of weight on this to get past.
No.
No damage done. But just one
Shot. Julie
good ball
Forrest.
from each player in there.
Set score 4-0 after 4 ends.
Plenty of time. 7 ends to go. Look at the way this is just panning out from the first set. Alison's been going very much on the short jack lengths, 24.5 to 26 maximum, but Julie's been definitely concentrating on the jack going a bit further, as we expected.
26 metres.
Julie's been the shorter ones.
Sorry, Julie on the shorter ones and Alison on the longer ones. Well picked up.
Well, I couldn't count in the first set, so it's 1-1.
But I say, as expected, actually, because it meant that Alison would go long because we thought she would. Even the officials and sometimes the players get the red and green mixed up. If anybody's thinking what that reference was to, it was Catherine Rednall who picked up the wrong coloured bowl. And very nearly played it as well. The crowd were shouting no.
You're not thinking sometimes though, especially when you keep changing colours. All you're focused on is what shot you're having to play, and
You're concentrating so hard on what you're going to do. I'm always concentrating on all the wonderful advice I get. Time for Alison to get on the scorecard.
much better here. Good goal. Very good goal. Give me a good goal.
Julie's daughter Alex, I'm sure, is still at school. Imagine her husband Derek is keeping an eye on things.
This is a great ball here. Great ball.
Played
Just so
well.
nicely around the short green.
That is an absolute beezer. It really is.
Oh, what?
One
A
red.
beezer.
I don't know what that means.
Honestly.
Cracker?
You would, yes. You wouldn't remember the beezer, would you? Of course. Oh dear, oh dear. No, just dropping off. Beezer was a magazine, believe it or not, a comic. It's very good.
Era?
Oh, way before your time. Way before your time. Well, I like history. Trying again.
Great effort again here.
Yep.
Great effort.
Gently, gently. You don't want to drop on the jack like Alison did in the first set.
She's okay.
That was a case in point, actually. That was a key moment in the first set. Alison fell back. Instead of getting 2, she lost the shot.
Yeah, which in the end was when it ended up so close.
Absolutely. That
made
was,
all the difference.
Could have cost her the set.
So Alison's looking at her options here. She's obviously got 2 bowls that she can use. Hasn't got the back position.
Well, she's got 1 down there, but it's mixed in with the red balls.
She's not going to draw it, I wouldn't have thought.
2 down. I think she can't be any worse off, surely. It's got to be worth hitting this. She gets a really good connection. She could take the 2 reds out.
Yeah, I think either hand, you know, go quick. It's going to have a result that she wants. 1 at least of those red balls are going to go, if not both. Down the forehand. She's very good.
Yep.
Great strike.
No.
Where are the balls?
Where's everything managed to finish? The green ball looks like it's getting the shot on the respot. Sometimes you have to hit and hope. That was actually more than a hit and hope. She knew if she hit it right, she could get a very good result.
One shot, Alison Merrien.
Great ball, great strike, great result. Picks up the end and gets herself on the scorecard, which is the most important thing.
And the
Set
change
score
of length.
4-1 after 5 ends.
Oh, this was good.
Here she comes, solid onto the front green bowl. Jack goes through, off the rink, but back on the respot where her green bowl is waiting.
Yep. Julie just pointing to the green ball. Big result that. Losing 2 there would have been 6-0.
Two fantastic bowls from Julie, 1 on each hand. 2 great bowls.
Yeah, it's the destructive power of the drive. So it's one of the very few sports where your opposition can take away all your good work.
Yeah, it's very sad when that happens. And that's where tactics come into play as well, because you have to preempt what your opposition is going to do.
Good adjustment after full drive.
Two green.
Well, Julie's gone a bit walkabout.
Alison looking to just close this down a touch. Any touch on the jack's very good.
Taking full advantage though. Taking full advantage. She's getting into it.
Used to bend Julie. Just a bit stuck, fraction of pace.
Yes, but it's
3 green.
setting something else up, and Alison has to be careful here. She won't want to touch that ball. We move on to the forehand. Try and get around the jack into some sort of position. Yep, played
Finished
well.
very well, yeah.
And possibly,
Six to count.
and that's a really, really good ball.
It's a great ball. Cover and count.
Full green.
I wouldn't even attempt to try and draw this. I would just play through it.
Yeah, I think she's, she's got her back bowl sitting pretty. The jack's going straight back. She gets contact on the green bowls as well. At least one's going to go. She's 4 down as it stands.
This backhand's very unpredictable. If you use a little bit of weight, it's hard to get back. Now it's all about connections.
Very close here.
Needs to bend though, or it's through the hole.
Just going to drift by.
That's why I didn't fancy that shot. Just too many holes and gaps.
That was the hard shot to play.
Yeah, I thought that was a really hard shot to play, and it's going to lose her second full house of the match, I think.
Yep. 4 shots, Alison Merrien. Set score 4-5 after 6 ends.
So within 2 ends, the lead has been wiped out with an extra shot of interest for Alison Merrien.
She's back to her longer length as well, which is where she's been
Back
most
length,
comfortable
29
throughout
meters.
this match. She needs to back up this end, back up the last end, and she's got a chance to go into a tie break. This is the end that she needs to score again, I'd say.
Well, just to reinforce the 4, but of course it's 11 ends, so we've got plenty of time.
You just want to keep the momentum going though, don't you?
Just want to keep winning ends. Still sliding through a little bit.
1 green.
Good ball. Just stopped in time. Good adjustment to come back.
Red.
Pulled off 2 feet on that last ball. Alison very comfortable to move onto the forehand and look for that wing ball, the red one. Reach that, drop in for the shot. She's
Needs to
interested.
slip past her own.
Oh, that'll help, surely. Nope, unlucky. Fell the
One
wrong
red.
way.
Just lacking a touch of pace there for what she wanted. Can Julie add another and really put the pressure on? She's good here. She just needs to get that full.
Well, could be. Good solid connection on it.
It looks from here that she's done enough.
Oh, that's close.
Very close for shot.
That's a good call. Dan Blewett just saying. Very close for shot. And he's down at the business end. Everyone, of course, will have their own opinion.
Just needs to settle here.
Oh, I think she,
Yeah.
has she played it?
Yeah, she has.
Yep,
Needs to sit,
dropping in for
yeah.
number one. That's a very
Very
good ball. It's just leaning against her own, so that might make a difference. We'll have to prop her own, the other red ball up, because they will be measuring it. It has moved a very slight distance. Not much. There we go. Wonderful little things. It's what every official should have. Little rubber chucks. Nope. No need to measure.
2 shots, Julie Forrest.
Good eye, Alison. No messing about. Moves on. Quick player.
Set score 6-5 after 7 ends.
See at the back there, it's all the offices and our commentary positions up there in the dark, which is the way we like it.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Good reply.
Really good two opening bowls, just sitting away.
You do wonder how balls go through gaps sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't look possible sometimes, does it?
This ball has to come back now really deep. Yep, it's not bad there.
1 red.
Oh, this is excellent. This
Great
really
ball
is
coming
excellent.
in here, little touch.
Oh, she dropped out. Not sure.
Sitting away.
Didn't pick it up
Not
clean.
red.
Just caught it on the inside half, and almost a reaction from Alison saying, "What have I got to do?"
Yeah.
Well, what you've got to do is just keep calm, keep working at it.
And try not to get too frustrated in the meantime.
No, that's exactly what Julie does as well. She doesn't let anything get to her. This needs to hurry. It's short ball. Oh dear. This is a chance now. Interesting to see what Alison plays here, whether she's prepared to draw this or play the attacking ball and take it out clean. Wouldn't be a bad option to take it out clean because
I would be playing the bowl.
just take the ball out, run off the head,
Yeah.
say to Julie, you
Down
draw
the
it.
backhand. It doesn't need to move much either.
Well, she's certainly on an inside line. Gives Gives me the impression she's arriving with a little bit of weight.
Has she got enough pace here? She's drawing it.
Yep, very close to
Drawing
drawing
the
the shot.
shot.
Oh, that's a great ball. That's a super shot. Still drifting though. Oh, I think it is number one.
She threw a towel up there in despair.
Over 1 green.
Yeah, she
Well, she's just. I think the problem there, Shan, is that although she's just touching things, she's just slightly inside the line.
Yeah, she's playing on a dangerous line, let's say. Just slightly under.
Yeah, the narrow line. This one's pushed out. She'll have to have very good pace to get back from there. Yeah. This is a tester. Run the ball off for 3.
She's got to play the bowl. Surely she's got to play the bowl.
Or draw for 2. It's a fairly safe shot to take this out. You know, she doesn't need to be. If she's drawing it, she could give the shot away, and she's coming down to look at it.
Timeout call.
That ball.
Alison has 2 timeouts remaining.
What she's looking at. Down on the backhand, sorry, not the forehand, the backhand. Take the ball out. That brings her other 2 balls into play at the front. There's her 3. Don't even think about drawing it. There's a danger in drawing it, and that is you give the shot away.
Yeah, she could just tap the red bowl, Julie's red bowl in for 1 down. It's hard for her to get the jacks. You know, obviously Julie's got the back bowl. She is playing more aggressively.
Oh,
She's tight.
That's a hard weight. Very close to her own ball here. Wow, that wee touch on the red ball kept her away from it. Without that touch, she was very close to taking her own shot away. I think she had to be more aggressive there. Just watch this little touch.
Measure for shot.
Just gets the nick enough to protect her own bowl from going clean out of the head.
Oh, and Julie knew that. That's the reaction I had as well, Julie. I think she needed to be more aggressive. You know, it's not like her. She's so good at those shots. Could have played it a lot more weight. Anyway, I'm popping her 1 on the card because I think it's green
That was
easily.
quite a long way in.
Yep, good half an inch or more.
One shot, Alison Merrien.
All to play for now in the last 3 ends. A run for home. Alison Merrien must win this set.
Set score 6-6 after 8 ends.
Wow,
28 and a half
goodness me,
meters.
it's nervous. And I think he just got a nudge there from his wife. You're on the big screen, nibbling your nails. It is nail biting, but come on. You know.
It's funny that the things people do when they're watching bowls don't even realise they're doing it, probably.
They don't. That's excellent, but you never know when you're being watched, Shannon.
No, Big Brother.
There's cameras everywhere.
Really good reply from Julie. Sitting inside Alison's bowl.
It's been a quality game, this. We've had lots of different types of shots played, a lot of good close heads. One of the best finals I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, 2 fours over the match, but the scoring's been really low, predominantly 1s, couple of 2s, so they're having a really good tussle between them.
One red.
Wants to drop. Oh,
Really-
it has.
Really good. Really good bowls.
Oh, that's quality stuff.
2 red.
I'd be tempted with a bit more weight here.
I think she can arrive. Not quite going to get down. Right idea.
Yes, and likely to be a reaching again with the next one, and it's hard to cover the bowls. Julie's in a bit of bother here if she wants to try and cover the green ones. Moving to the forehand to try and do that. Well, that's a decent back bowl.
I think it's further than she would have wanted it, but I do think Alison's going to go quicker with this bowl, so I think it was the right place for it to be. Julie has got last bowl as well.
She's not standing straight on, so she's playing it on the narrow side with what looks like just a little bit of weight. Oh yeah, there's kicking out. No chance of that coming back. You have to know the rink for that, and that is the hardest shot to play on that backhand. It just fights it all the way, and only comes back on the last yard or two, and that was always a tough one. I know she's played, this is her third game in this, but it's only 3 matches with this particular title, but that's just a hard shot. I thought she might have had a go at it.
I think she could have smacked it and got one, if not both of the bowls. Jack, I mean, she was going to be no worse. She could only have been 1 down at the back.
Yep, absolutely. Technical term, of course, that for everybody watching.
Yeah, smash.
Smash
yeah.
it.
Well, 2 to Julie, really good too. But
Wise to stay away from it and not
2
try and
shots,
make
Julie
another.
Forrest.
It's a very, very valuable 2 shots for Julie Forrest.
Set score 8-6 after 9 ends.
Yep. Takes her lead to 2, 2 ends to go.
Alison Merrien needing 3 shots now to win the set.
Jack net 25.5 metres.
Coming at the bowl.
Julie will just keep drawing to this. Try and get a really close second. Oh, that's closer again. Played well. Doesn't want the jack out.
This is very, very good bowling. Wait,
Oh.
4 great bowls.
Yep, well, it's not easy to get into those.
2 green.
4 very good balls with 2 absolute beauties from Alison Merrien. 2 touchers.
Julie going down to have a look.
She has to be careful here.
Well, it's got to be down the forehand now. It's got to be
Timeout
down the
call.
forehand now.
Well, you'd like to think that she'll be playing down
Julie
on the
has 3
forehand,
timeouts.
you know, to move her through into this sort of position here. That's where the jack needs to be.
That's
No,
the
it's-
kinder shot than
Yeah.
down the backhand. Any little touch on any of the green, she's going to be on the wrong side of it. She's not going to get anything. Harder to pull the jack through.
Absolutely. That's a tough, tough shot to play, though. She's playing it. There's nothing on the backhand for her. Oh, that's strong. That is strong.
Just going to kick.
Yeah. So, you know, once you go strong, you go outside it. The danger of playing that sort of shot for her is if she gets onto the green ball, she's going to take her own 2 out.
I don't think she needed all that pace. I know it's a hard shot, the in-between, but she's been drawing so well. On that end, she's drawn 2 really close bowls. Just reaching up to it might have been better.
So I know it's a hard shot to trail things with a foot or 2, but you know the drive is full of all sorts of danger. And well, Alison's saying, well, go ahead, you know, drive it. If you bring it back, I've got 1 waiting. Julie will change now to just over the draw. You know, she can lose 2 shots and go into the last end with the last bowl, knowing that Alison still has to win the end.
Do you know, if I played that way with my third, I'm going for it again with my last.
I wouldn't.
She's only going to be 1 down at the back. She's 2 down now.
I know, but if she hits that green bowl, the 2 reds disappear, and Alison's got a bowl left. That's a definite 3. Wow.
She's dropped the pace.
Yeah, no, it's no, it's
Still quite aggressive though.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. It's personal choice. If she'd got the jack and pushed it all the way through, it would have been a great bowl and everybody went up cheering. But
I just think to go with that amount of pace on your third bowl, I think she had to play it again with the 4th. And like you say, if she'd got it, she's a hero, isn't
absolutely, I can understand the rationale. It was just, to me, it was just far too dangerous to lose a 3. And Alison going absolutely nowhere near it because she's happy that it didn't make any difference to Alison. Actually, she still has to win the last end, 2 or 3.
2 shots, Alison Merrien.
That might have been what was
Set
in
score,
Julie's mind as
8-8
well. Of
after
course.
10 ends.
Ooh, 8-all after 10 ends. 7-all after 10 ends in the first set. 8-all after 10 ends in the second set. And a 1-end shootout for a tiebreak or the title. Matt well up the rink. This is the furthest we've seen it coming up.
Because Alison has been playing the longer lengths. She's gone for a change here.
She's going for
Jack
a,
length 25 metres.
Killed the
like
jack.
a tie-break end, effectively.
Yeah,
Julie puts one close, she'll drive it.
yeah.
Oh, she's not thinking about the...
I did wonder
No,
whether she might see if
I
it's
was
slap.
just thinking about it for a moment, just draw, yeah. We've seen it before, Matt well up and
And she would be the player that would do it.
Would do
out
it.
of any.
yep, driving the jack with her first ball into the ditch. It's very flamboyant, but low percentage. It's a good start.
Very good start.
Just getting here a bit on the quick side. Needs to drop, and it has made it. Just dropped in at the last moment.
just added here.
Going deeper, just behind.
1 red.
Still there for the draw. Quite often find these ends are nervy.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. You can tell, you can sense it.
Yeah, but having said that, the quality of the bowling's very good, considering what's at stake. It's exceptional stuff. Chasing this one.
This is very good. This is coming down really nicely.
Oh, I think she's made it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good enough. It's dropped away, but I think it's 1 green.
1 green.
All right, Julie, are you prepared to move to the forehand?
She's sticking with the backhand, which she can obviously just sit on her own bowl. She's played it quicker.
Not much. The margins are very small here. She has to clear the front green bowl.
Is she here?
Yeah, she's got wrecked on it anyway. I wasn't sure about that. The thing about the forehand is there's the green bowl to drop off as well, and the jack to turn around. So there are 2 options on the forehand and nothing in the way. I think she needed 2 goes at it in the forehand, so I would have played it with the 3rd bowl. Still an option. Still arrive into it. Fairly safe for Alison to play this. I don't think she'll be too concerned, to be truthful. No, she's not. That's wise. One option, take that if she fancies it. The other option that I was thinking of was just draw to here, get into that bowl and drop back, or get into the jack and trail it through to a red bowl. So 2 options on the forehand on the draw, 1 to punch the other one through. Personal choice at the end of the day. What it comes down to.
The only trouble with playing with the bowl through, she could catch a red bowl as well, the back one.
Well,
she would have to stay.
Yeah, it's the last ball of the end. This is a shot for a match. I think it's a decent call because on the respot, she's going to be very close to getting it. I have a feeling she's going for the runner.
Yep.
Got it. Oh, what a ball! What a ball to win the championship. Really fancied that shot and she played it to perfection. Well played, Julie Forrest. What an absolutely cracking ball to win the final. Well, the parents are congratulating each other, but Julie will be very emotional in this and very understandable. Considering her record, this is just amazing. Wonderful, wonderful ball by Julie Forrest. That was a very difficult shot to score there, but played it to perfection. Two great sets of match play. 8-7, 9-8, and Alison Merrien was so close in both those sets. Line a tie break on the last end. Seen it taken away with the last bowl. And that really was a beauty. That's one that she will watch time and time again, and it's one that many of us will remember as well. Well, these great champions, we expected something very special, and that's exactly what we managed to get. Fantastic bowls. Big drives from Alison. Big results as well. Beautiful draws after hit shots. Julie Forrest proving that she can hit heads too. All 3 green balls disappear and won the measure for a single. One of 2 big fours for Alison Merrien. Won the 10th end. Once again, she's at that heavy drive, but lost out on the side. And that was the first set gone. Started off the second set. Julie Forrest very good, but another 4 was coming up. And then that brilliant last bowl at the end. You couldn't have played that any better. That is a bowl from a champion. Ends 1-14 over 8. Well, that's because the 8 ends were the 2 big counts that Alison Merrien scored. Total shot scored, just the 2 in it. Both sets, 1 each. Touchers very similar. It was a super game, but Julie Forrest, what a bowl to win the championship of her life. And a brilliant conclusion to her CV.
It was a great bowl to finish off the match. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. But Alison and Julie alongside me. Alison, first of all, you're up against a very tough opponent, no doubt, on form today. What were your own thoughts on the way you played?
I was fairly pleased, but Julie was just nailing it and kept putting me under pressure. So, yeah, obviously disappointed. Gave her a game, for sure. I was hoping to get to a tie break, but just didn't quite have that little bit of luck as well, you know. It just didn't quite go with me, so that's the way it is.
Not for today, but Julie, before the match, there was lots of chat about this final being something that you've always wanted to appear in, but not only have you appeared in it, you are now the champion. How does that sound?
I'm actually still shaking here. I can't believe, since I played that ball, my legs, I thought they were going to collapse in us. Unbelievable. I'm ecstatic.
The last bowl did extremely well to hold your nerve on what was obviously a massive moment. Just talk us through it.
I think I was never going to draw it. I knew that. I think the weight had went out my arms by then. I could see the plant on there, and I just thought to myself, if I can get that front bowl, it would go, and hopefully everything else would just stay where it was. And it happened. It just worked out perfect. So.
And your reaction sort of said everything after the match.
I did apologise to Alison for that.
But it's been played in a great spirit. And obviously, before the match, one of the other important things we spoke about for both of you is the fact that there's a lot of support, a lot of people that help you get to where you are today. So I imagine there'll be a few people that you'd like to thank now.
Oh, well, obviously my mum and dad. I mean, they've been... what can I say? If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here today. That's what I'm going to say, because they've been that supportive in everything that I've done, and it's just been absolutely brilliant. And obviously all the people back home, my husband, my daughter. I mean,
what would your daughter be saying to you now?
Oh, she'll be going, great, Mum, fantastic, you can. But I think my husband quite likes us going away for a wee while now and again, and then coming back. But no, he's absolutely brilliant.
Well, I hope he's at the moment doing some DIY, preparing some room for the mantelpiece to put that trophy on. Alison, commiserations, great effort at the tournament. But ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 ladies singles champion, Julie Forrest.
Well, it is now time for the presentation and your presentation party from our sponsors. We have the Group Communications Director for the Just Group, Stephen Lowe, along with the owner and Managing Director of Potter's Resort, Mr. John Potter. And first to the runner-up. To receive their runners-up check, your appreciation, please, for Alison Merrien, MBE. And now to the winner, receiving a Langham Glass Trophy, a cheque, and for the first time in her career, the title of the 2019 Just Ladies World Indoor Singles Champion. Give it up for Julie Forrest!
fantastic final that was, ladies and gentlemen. 7-all after 10 ends in the first set. And Julie Forrest sneaks the first set, and then 8-alls after 10 ends in the second set. And an incredible final bowl from Julie Forrest sees her lift the title for the first time. It was an incredible game of bowls to a packed audience here. What a great game to conclude the Ladies Match Play Championships. There's your final score, 8-7, 9-8. The champion is Julie Forrest. And of course, we've got more games coming up for you this afternoon. Do stay with us, because the next game up will be another cracker. Nick Brett versus Alex Marshall MBE. And then of course, we have this evening's game, Andy Thompson MBE versus Greg Harlow. So join us very shortly for the next game up. There'll be 2 trial ends, and then obviously we'll be right into the game. So stay with us, and we'll speak to you again very shortly.